at 12th, your exam 10 to 12 or 2 to 4? Your exam in 2 to 4. See, physics is afternoon 2 to 4. What about other exams? 2 to 4 or 10 to 12? That's what I'm asking for your batch. See, Friday morning programming and business communication, afternoon basic electrical. Which one? For basic
Basic
electrical?
electrical, sir.
So I think for your batch, your exam is afternoon. I think for combo one, I think 2 to 4. Then 15th, I think physics. Is it correct? So 18 PEB 103 semiconductor physics on 15th afternoon 2 to 4. Then what about 16? Language,
English.
English.
Oh, that is morning 10 to 12. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
okay. Then what about 17? I think
Then
17,
class will be in
17, 18, 19 only morning only.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the timetable as a controller of examination. This is the timetable for CT3. I think for your how many exams? Three or four or five? Basic, electrical, physics, English, then maths. Only four subjects. Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
What about graphics? That engineering graphics? I think that is practical. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma. Okay. I think this is the timetable for your CT3. See, yesterday I posted the assignment ma for CT3. Whether you checked or not, that theory.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
you write. See, you write the answer for either SEM or TEM. That is only one question. Then you immediately go to upload before Saturday. So before your exam, please all of you go to submit your assignments. That theory assignment 3. So out of 3 assignments, you choose any 2, and based on that only you give the marks. CT 4 marks. For theory, the CT 4 marks based on your assignments only. So already 2 assignments submitted. This is one more assignment. So we go to consider out of the 3 any best 2. After that only we'll give the marks. So please all of you go to submit your assignments within the due time. Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. You just wait. I go to share the screen, please. Yeah. Check whether the screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. Okay. I think this is the. Yes, I think yesterday we start this one, that hetero junction transistors. Okay. Uh, so the diagram yesterday I told something. So this is your two methods, diffusion and ion implantation. So in the both the diffusion and implantation, so only the selected area. For example, this is your N substrate. This is your N substrate. I go to dope the p-type material for the selected region here. For example, in this region, I go to dope my p, or simply I go to take implantations here like that. So this type of diffusion or implantation, okay, that a p material is purely depends upon the graded. You say that is a graded junction. So what is the meaning of graded means? That is purely depends upon your doping concentration. Okay, carrier or doping concentration. The epitaxial means that the entire N substrate, okay, so on the N substrate, the P material is formed, that is oxide layer. The P layer is formed on the N substrate. See here, so many gaps are there. See here, so this region is free. So here, this region is also free. But the epitaxial, there is no such case. So simply, the layer is formed. The P material is formed at the whole region of the N substrate. So that is your epitaxial. So that is the reason you say that is called the abrupt junction. There are two different junctions. Okay, and this is the formation of PN junction by using the three cases: diffusion process, or ion implantation, or epitaxial growth. Both the epitaxial and ion implantation, that is purely carrier dopant or carrier concentration, depends on these two. Epitaxial means that entire layer. So the complete layer of P substrate is grown on the N substrate. Okay, this leads to the fabrication of Hubbard junction. Okay, apart from this, so for example, this is a normal PN junction. This is a normal PN junction, and this is a corresponding PN junction diode. Once the junction is formed, so what happens in the zero biasing, forward biasing, reverse biasing? I think all these things already you studied. I think almost all of you remember. And the same is repeated for 3 to 4 slides because this is your normal PN junction diode. How it can vary with respect to the potential difference or the potential energy decreases or increases, like that we go to see. So once the junction is formed, what happens? That ions will move. Okay. So the P region is occupied by that positive charge, negative charged electrons. The N region is occupied by the positive charged holes, and this is acting as a depletion region or potential barrier. So that's why here see the immobile ions are moving. The N side you get negative and P side you get positive. So due to this, the barrier will be formed, and the potential difference, there is a drift current is produced. So when the external input voltage is applied, the drift current is produced. So the process inside is a drift and diffusion. I think already you studied what is meant by drift and what is meant by diffusion, etc., etc. Okay, are you remember or not? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So drift, diffusion, that each and everyone already we discussed, and this is for the normal PN junction diode. So all these things, this is for normal PN junction diode, and how the electric field, the potential difference, and the voltage varied. So this diagram already, I think almost all of you are familiar with these diagrams. Already we discussed. So this is a normal PN junction diode, and it is represented by that electric field according to the Maxwell's equations. I simply say that del dot E is equal to rho by epsilon. The rho is here volume charge density. Epsilon is nothing but the permittivity. So del dot E is nothing but that is electric field, the total normal electric flux. Okay, that is dou E by dou x. So that is dou E by dou x. That dou E by dou x is given by rho by epsilon. Okay, for example, I go to integrate this, my left hand side. So what is the integration of dou E by dou x? I get the E. So simply, and this is dou E. After integrating, I get E. That E is nothing but electric field. E is the electric field. So that is equal to integration of dou rho of x dx by epsilon. So that epsilon is constant, you go to take outside. So that is 1 by epsilon into integration of rho of x into dx. So that is a rate of flow of volume charge density here. And according to that electric field and electric potential, that E is equal to minus dV by dx. I think you know E is equal to the electric field is negative gradient of potential, or how I go to get V? Simply I go to integrate on both sides. That V of x is equal to minus integration of E into dx. So instead of E, I go to substitute this here. That integration of rho of x dx again here. So I get the double integration. So what is my double integration means? Whether it is a area or volume. Anyone? The line integration, that is single integration. Double integration represent area or volume?
Volume.
Huh?
Volume.
Okay.
Volume.
Double integrate. What about triple integration? Huh? See, double means area. Triple integration is volume. Line, surface, volume.
Single integration means slow, then
No more line. See, single means you say that is a line. Double two means that is surface area. Triple means volume.
okay, sir.
Oh, so here that V of x. So this potential variation. See the diagram. So how the potential is varied with respect to the distance. So that's why they are giving here. See, this is a dV by dx. The variation of the potential with respect to distance. You say that is the electric field. So the first diagram. So this is the normal volume charge density. So volume charge density both sides is uniform. When what about the electric field? That electric field is nothing but the rate of variation. So the electric field is varied like this in the P side, and this is for your N side. Okay, the one is downward edge, other one is upward edge, and similarly this is your potential. So V of x potential. So the potential is varied with respect to the distance here. Okay, and finally that is the potential energy. So due to the electrons and holes, for example, zero biasing, all these things happen. What happened? The forward bias, when the forward bias is applied, there is no doubt the width of the region goes on decreasing and electron hole migration takes place. So that time there is a built-in potential is created, and that a negative potential energy variation across the junction is produced. So that is variation they're giving like this here, potential energy variation like this. So this is the normal PN junction. All these things is normal PN junction, and you go to see what happens in the zero bias and the forward bias. How that energy band diagram is different. See here. I go to show the diagram. See here. So this is your normal PN junction diode with the zero bias, and this is your normal PN junction energy band diode with the forward bias. So what is the major difference here? So this is your Fermi level. So this is a conduction band and this is a valence band. So if zero biasing, what is the meaning of zero biasing? There is no biasing. So the built-in potential, this is the built-in potential. The difference between the top and the bottom of this conduction band, that is QVB. So that is built-in potential. When a forward voltage is applied, for example, forward biasing is applied, so simply they go to shifted. For example, the CV at EC is slightly the edge shifted upward direction, and this EPV downward direction, and this gap you say that is a QV. So this is QV. Now the built-in potential decreases here. So initially that is QVB here. Now that is QVB minus QV. So I take Q common outside. So that is VB minus V. VB minus V. So the built-in potential decreases here. So the band becomes shallow. What is the reason? The built-in potential that QVB is higher at a zero bias and reduces at a higher bias. That is forward bias something. So this means your bands become shallow and more electrons and holes, that is charge carriers. So enabling more charge carriers to cross over the junctions and reducing the width of the depletion region. I think these things already you understand. Yes? Say yes or no? Say yes or no? I think these things already you studied. Yeah, this is a norm. This is a normal PN junction. So I think this is the third time I am explaining this. So already you discussed in the module 3, okay, and module 4, 5 also already you discussed the PN junction, and this is the energy band diagram. So simply the energy band diagram of PN, normal PN junction diode. So whether it is homogeneous or heterogeneous, anyone? This is homogeneous junction or heterogeneous junction? Heterogeneous. No, this is a common P-type material, P and N junction. It's a normal
Oh,
PN.
then it will be homo. Then it will be homo.
Homogeneous. So this is see all these things. This is homogeneous. So now only you move on to the next level. So that our aim is go to see what is the heterogeneous. So that is our aim. So the main concept of this lecture is, the objective is how the energy band diagram of heterojunctions behave in case of heterostructures. So up to this you see there is a normal PN junction diode. So that is homogeneous. See here, homo junction, that is junction between the P and N materials dope. What about hetero? There are two different combinations. One is junction between dissimilar materials with a different band gaps, or a Schottky junction or Homi contact. That means semiconductor with metal semiconductor junction. So junction between metal and the semiconductor. So this already you discussed in the module 3. Are you remember? That the Schottky, Homi contacts already discussed. Whether I remember or not? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
That is metal semiconductor junction already you discussed. Schottky, how it is acting as a rectifier. Okay, that Homi contact. So all that is already you discussed. So that is heterojunctions. So junction between the dissimilar materials with the different band gap, or Schottky junctions. That is junction between the metal and a semiconductor. So it is acting as a rectifying unit. Already you studied in the Homi contact and Schottky junctions. Okay. Now your next aim is how these heterojunctions band structure varied with respect to the normal PN junction diode. Okay. So now you come to move on to the next one. So this is a case normal. All these things is normal PN junctions. Okay. Now I go to take the dissimilar bands. So first I go to say the single layer, that is mono layer, then hetero. Hetero means more than one. Okay, a double layer like that. You go to see one by one. Okay, first a dissimilar PN junction with a single layer, that is mono layer material. So here, and listen, So this is my p side and this is my n side. Aluminum gallium arsenide is acting as a p region, and gallium arsenide is acting as a n region. So that's why they are mentioned. See, p is aluminum gallium arsenide and n gallium arsenide is taken as a single layer heterostructure, and there is no much more difference here. See here, there is no difference in the carrier concentration. Then 70% and 35% only variations are observed. Where? With respect to the normal p-n junction, and the carrier concentration difference leads to the flow of carriers. Again, the potential energy is variation occurs. So this is the band diagram for single layer, okay, heterojunctions or dissimilar junctions, single layer. And I think this is almost similar to this one. See here, almost similar to this one, but the small variation is there, only small variation is there here. So due to that electrons and hole movements, similar to that normal p-n junction, the p side have positive immobiles and the n side has negative. Okay, these are crossover the junctions. So negative immobile ions, electrons are created on p side, and positive immobile ions are created on n side. And again the barrier is formed. Okay, the potential energy decreases. Similar things has happened at the junction. The built-in potential is also created, and that is large, and hence the delta EC have downward discontinuity where close to the EC, and that is upward discontinuity very close to the EP, like that. See here, so that EC and EV. So this is delta EC and this is delta EV. Okay, so this is valence band and this is the conduction band. This is N type and this is P type. Okay, so the discontinuity they are mentioned here. Okay, hence and heterostructure, the net barrier height has become much larger due to the large built-in potential. Okay, and this potential will confine where the flow of electrons, confinement. But the single layer, that variation is too small with respect to compared to that p-n junction. That variation is small. Almost there's no difference between these two. But if you take the same dissimilar p-n junction with a double layer, so that is your next step, the double layer. See here, there are two different layers. P layer, P plus P in between N. Please understand. So aluminum, gallium arsenide. So that is P plus, gallium arsenide P, and aluminum gallium arsenide is N. Okay. So there are different layers are there, double layers, Pn and Np like that. So this is gallium arsenide. See here, this is gallium arsenide. So Pn, P plus, three regions are coming here more than. So that is dissimilar p-n junctions with a double layer is formed. Are you understand this concept? Please say yes or no. See, there are three double layers, heterostructures. It comprising aluminum gallium arsenide. See, I go to take here aluminum gallium arsenide, and here also aluminum, but two different doping concentrations. In between, the gallium arsenide is there. So that is P plus, P, and N. So that is a dissimilar regions are there, dissimilar p-n junction materials with not single layer. There is a double layer. So that x and 1 minus x. For example, I go to add these two things, x plus 1 minus x. Plus s minus s get cancelled, you get 1. That means that aluminum gallium, the combination is almost unity. For example, I go to take here Al is 2, 0.2. So what are gallium? 1 minus 0.2. So that is 0.8. You go to add these two, I get 1, that 1 molar concentration, like that. So like that you go to understand. So and there are two different layers, and so in this case the electron affinity is in between the 2.2 to 4 electron volt. So that creates a large electron affinity. Okay, is the amount of energy required to the free electrons were in the conduction band. So now this is the energy band variation of double layer dissimilar p-n junction. I think this is almost entirely different from your normal p-n junction, especially that single layer junction. Yes, is it correct? You see the diagram here, that energy band diagram, whether it is different or same.
Different.
So what do you call different? So if you see the junction, for example, that energy band variation is, so here the difference is much less. So here also see here. So this is the top of the conduction band. This is bottom of the conduction band. So your built-in region here is there is almost no change, and one of the important advantages here, very easy to control the width of the region. So in the normal PN junction, that is not simply the applied input voltage or external voltage is applied. That depends upon the external voltage. The width of the region either increase or decrease. For example, in the forward bias, the applied input voltage exceeds the potential barrier. Simply that the depletion region is vanished. Both the electrons and holes reconfirmation takes place. In the case of reverse bias, width of the region goes on increasing like that. Okay, you go to change the biasing condition, but here there is no such case. So if you go to take the heterojunctions with the different layers, okay, so very easy to control that width of the barrier. So that means you go to accumulate that more and more charge carriers, whether it is electrons or holes, in the small volume, in that small volume. So that gives a major difference between your normal PN junction diode and this heterojunction diode. So that is the reason in the normal PN junction diode they are using for some normal application. Okay, that LEDs, photo currents, because LED is a reverse bias condition. Or LED means only forward bias. Photo diode means only reverse bias. Like that only you go to see. But in the case of heterojunctions, whether the width of the region is controllable. So when you go to take the large application. So that is all type of up to electronic applications. We are using these type of heterosubstrate. Say the gallium oxide with a lower band gap is sandwiched between these two high band gap materials. The Fermi level should stay constant. That is the important one. See here. So last time the variation is large, but this time due to this, what happens due to this, that migration of electrons and holes under and without any biasing, together with the change in the potential energy at the junctions and a discontinuity between the layers, where the results in the large potential barrier in between that the P plus P region side. Therefore, the large number of electrons and holes are confined to the junction. That means within the region, that is width of the region is controllable. Due to this, the large carrier density, that is the electron hole concentration, is accumulated more and more in the small regions. So you say this is called the carrier confinement, and this is one of the major implication and lead to a continuous wave operation for the laser diodes, as well as recognized as a finest discoveries were, and they awarded Nobel Prize also. So this is for the double layer heterojunction. But in the case of normal PN junction, the width of the region is not controllable. That is the order of 1 micrometer at a zero bias, and it cannot be controlled because forward bias, reverse bias is applied, width of the region increase. Forward bias applied, width of the region decreases. Okay, almost that is vanished like that. So in this case, it is not accumulate, or it is not charge carriers are not confined in that one particular region. So that is a major drawback. So that is the reason they are using for only the absorption of visible light and emission applications like LED and the photo diode like that. But here you go to confine the charge carriers within that volume. Okay, that leads to the other applications. You understand this concept here? Please, are you understand this or not?
Yes, sir.
So whether you understand or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Just wait, I will come, just wait. Hello? 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 Yes, ma. Okay. See, whether are you understand or not?
Yes, sir.
So what is the advantage? The heterojunction band how that heterojunction band structure is varied with respect to the normal p-n junction diagram. So that is the main aim of this lecture here. That is heterojunction where it can be used. So our aim is go to use the other application. So that is your main objective. See here, the first topic you say the objective of this is how the band diagram of heterojunctions behave and how these junctions are used for the devices, especially in the electronics and optoelectronic devices. Okay, so this is the last topic in that module here, that is heterojunctions, band structure of or band diagrams of heterojunction. So you go to draw the diagram and you go to explain more. So these things already you discussed, all these things already you discussed. So only this diagram only you go to take. This is the band diagram of heterostructures. That is a dissimilar p-n junction with a double layer structure. So the two sides, both sides, there are different layers, and in between, and the n is gallium arsenide. The p is sandwiched between these two. So that is acting as a the p plus p n region like that. Okay, you go to say that p plus p and p n p. There are so many doping concentrations. Okay, you say that is heterostructure. N number of layers. This only there are three. For example, I go to take a laser, homogeneous semiconductor laser is there. Okay, that is heterojunction semiconductor laser. You go to do, for example, n plus, n minus like that, or p plus, p minus. So there is n. You go to form n number of layers. N number of layers. Okay, so that is the reason you go to see that is using for the laser applications, semiconductor laser. So diode laser, semiconductor diode laser. That is one of the laser. That is a type of laser. That is heterojunction semiconductor laser. Okay, you understand? Any doubts here, Ma? Any doubts? Say yes or no. Yeah, I think this is the last topic here. Any clarifications or doubts here? I think the lecture 16 is not there. Yeah, that is purely this is theoretical. That entire unit, module 5 is theoretical. So that is the reason you don't discuss that lecture 4 and lecture 10, 16. So that there's no problems here. No, there's no numericals. So simply all these things are characterization techniques. Okay. So first in this module you see what is the low dimensional system, and you go to find out what is the density of states of low dimensional system. Then you go to see what is the well wire dot, the low dimension, quantum well, quantum wire, quantum dot, and how you go to synthesize that the CNT. That one example they are given, carbon nanotubes. So how you go to synthesize, what are the basic properties, applications, advantages, then different material preparation techniques, CVD, PVD, then characterization. So yesterday we discussed SEM, TEM, AFM. So all are characterization techniques. And then the last final one is heterostructure band diagram. So these things in the covers in the module 5. So you go to prepare module 4 and 5 for your CT3. I think already you know the portions, module 4 and 5. Whether are you check the question bank or not? I think yesterday I uploaded the question bank in GCR. All of you check the question bank. Short answer. Short answer questions.
Yes,
Whether are
sir.
you, yeah, you go to prepare that question banks for your exam CT3, module 4 and 5. But instance also you go to take the same one. No issues. Most of the questions coming from question bank only. But MCQ, you only prepared here. I think the MCQ no question banks. Okay, they strictly told no need to share any MCQ questions. Okay, but anyway, already you shared module 1, module 2, module 3, already have question banks. But anyway, the module 4 and 5, you don't share any MCQ questions. That MCQ, you read it yourself. That's all. Okay. Anything else or any clarifications here, please? Any clarifications here, please? Or anything regarding your exams or any other clarifications? No. Okay, then I just wait. I go to stop the share screen first. Just wait. See that assignment, please. All of you go to take that assignment and submit the assignment within the time, because we go to consider this assignment. Yes, tell me. Any? No, I got tips. Tips means see that MCQ questions. Already you know the each and every topic there are some definitions are there. And MCQ questions based on that only they will ask. At least you go to see all the PPTs. See each and every lecture you uploaded GCR. So at least you go through all these things. The questions will coming only within your topic. Okay. And so that MCQ questions for this time only 2 modules. So out of 45, so roughly that each module you get a minimum 22 questions out of 40, because 22, 23 like that they only ask. So at least we go to prepare. For example, in that today's lecture, so simply there are 3 different methods you discuss. Heterostructure, okay. Based on that, they are asking. So epitaxial ion implantation. So that is based on the which one? Whether it is a graded junction, abrupt junction. Okay, they will give some 4 choices. You go to so which one is correct. For the diffusion implantations belongs to graded junction. Your epitaxial is belongs to abrupt junction. So like that, the questions will come. So simply the questions is coming from your topic only. Say that yesterday I am asking simple question that all effect. Someone make mistakes in that questions. All effect is very very important. Already I told. The practical your first question I am asking the all effect only. But you are writing potential difference created. This so many are created. Writing a force created, torque created like that. Yeah, all the definitions at least you go to thorough, because the MCQ questions, most of the questions will coming by definitions. Definitely they're asking the definitions based on one MCQ questions. So like that you go to prepare. Okay. Yes. Yeah, module 4 and 5 is very easy. That is 4.4. Okay. The questions already is there. Yeah. The three say if you prepare 3 more questions, very easy to answer the MCQ questions, because most of them say 3 more questions covered in the topic. So whether you prepared all these things, very easy to answer your MCQ. No need to prepare separately for MCQs. If you thorough all the MCQ, automatically and definitely 50 to 60% MCQ questions falls on your MCQ, that 3 more question also. Okay. What about whether you check that question bank? MCQ question, short answer. I think yesterday you shared more.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Checked.
Yeah. Your screen, see here, the module 4. I think screen is visible for you. Please check.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for example, they are asking the resistivity measurement. Because yesterday someone asking questions, sir, how long you go to write what was what, and that pages, how many pages. So based on the question, yeah, simply, for example, the first one, I'm actually to take only half of the page. What about the second one? You write any 3 advantages of 4.4. That each is only single line. So maximum how many lines? You write only 3 lines. It will less than half of the page. You will get 3 marks. So that depends upon your question. So like that you go to write. And for example, the derive the expression for all coefficient. So definitely it will take maximum 1 page. So that 1 page you get 3 marks. So that depends upon the questions. Please you go to write your answers. You don't say, sir, I write half of the pages, but I get only 1 mark like that. You write the correct points, valid points. Then only they will give the marks. 3 advantages means you write all the 3 advantages. So all the 3 advantages are valid point. Then only they will give each 3 marks like that. Okay. So only 3 lines you get 3 marks. But expression for all coefficient, you write only the entire whole page only, then only you get 3 marks. So that depends upon the questions they're asking in your exams. So here only 5 questions will come. Module 4 5 questions. Module 5 questions will come for this CT3. But in semester, that each module only you get 2 questions. So nobody can say which one is important, because there is no choice. 10 3 mark means each module 2 questions will come. That's all. Understand? See whether you understand or not.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So like that you go to prepare. Like that you go to prepare. If you prepare the questions here, I think very easy to answer your multiple choice also, because most of the topics covered in the 3 mark itself. No need to separately prepare for that MCQs. I think almost all of you are familiar with this one. Anyway, I think you have one more class also. That day at 3 also have class. So please that time, if any other clarifications or doubt in both the modules, module 4 and module 5, please you go to prepare for your exams. If any doubts or clarification, you go to take on that module 5 also. That next class. Day at 3 Thursday, I think. One more class is there. Okay. Any other clarifications? Otherwise, you first give your attendance first. So just wait. I take the attendance, please. Yeah, 51.
Present.
So many students absent today. Why? I don't know. 51, 52,
Present.
53.
51 present.
Okay, 51. Okay, 52. Say 52, 53,
Present.
54,
Present, sir.
55,
Present, sir.
57,
Present, sir.
58, 58 more Nikhil. It's not there. 59,
Present, sir.
60, 60. Okay, 61.
Nikhil is there. He can't answer his attendance due to mic issue, sir. Sir, Nikhil is there. You can check.
Okay, ma. Okay. 60, 60. No,
Sir,
61.
58 present, sir. Sir, I had mic issue. Sorry.
Okay, ma. 61. Ravi Kishore, 61.
Not in the chat.
Okay, 62,
Present, sir.
63,
Present, sir.
65, 65. Shubham. Okay, 66,
Present, sir.
68, 68,
Present, sir.
69,
Present, sir.
71,
Present, sir.
72,
Present, sir.
73,
Present, sir.
74,
Present, sir.
75,
Present, sir. 75.
76, 76,
Present. 76 present, sir.
77, 77. Okay, 78, 79, 80,
Present, sir.
81, Mishwaja, 81, 83, 84,
Present, sir.
85,
Present, sir.
87,
Present, sir.
88, let's see here, okay, 89, 89,
Present, sir.
90,